Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Coast Starlight route guide.
Okay guys, so the Coast Starlight is a fantastic ride from Los Angeles up to Seattle, Washington. And the star of the show here is the Pacific shoreline that you get to see on the way up. Leaving Los Angeles, you're going to go up the coast and then turn inland and go up through Portland and all the way up into Seattle, Washington.
This is one of Amtrak's star trains and it has a lot of amenities on it. One that it does not have, however, though, is Wi-Fi. So you won't have Wi-Fi, but you are going through California. You're going through Oregon and Washington, so you will have cell service most of the time.
Yes.
That is not going to be a problem. There is also an observation car, which is one of our favorite places to hang out.
Yes, I do love the observation car. The technical name is actually a sightseer car, but we all know it as the observation car, and it's a lot of fun to ride in the observation car, especially when you're going up the coastline. You can see everything, the city and the water, and sometimes the water's on the other side. It just depends on where you are, so it's nice to have access to something like that on this train ride.
Exactly. And on this observation car, you will want to get there early. When you're in the California portion, it will fill up. So as soon as you get on the train, you get settled, get your stuff down, go to the observation car, find your spot, and you'll be all set.
Yeah.
This train does also provide a cafe for those that need to buy something to eat or drink. And that cafe is actually underneath the observation car.
Yes, and it is open to all passengers, those in sleeper car and those in coach. So anyone can have access to it. It does close a few times so that the attendant can have a break, but they do announce with plenty of time when they're going to close so that you can run up there if you're going to be hungry soon or whatever. You can kind of plan around that. They do give you plenty of time when they make those announcements, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Coast Starlight also has a dining car, which is open to sleeper car passengers only. And how did you like the food on the Coast Starlight?
You know, they just changed to the flexible dining plan recently, and it's worked out really well. I thought the food was pretty good. I found it to be a little bit more tasty than like airline food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did have a lot of choices. You've got several choices for breakfast with even a hot breakfast option as well, and that one you can kind of just do whenever you want. You can eat it in your room, the observation car, the dining car, you can pretty much take it wherever. And then the lunch and dinner menu is basically the same menu. So if you had something for lunch and you loved it, you can have it again at dinner. Or if you couldn't make a decision between two meals like me, and you have one at lunch and one at dinner then.
Excellent. And this train does have a baggage check. So you will want to take advantage of that, because in your room, if you have a roomette or if you have a bedroom or even if you're in coach, you don't want to have to worry about those extra bags that nothing important is in.
Right. If you don't have to access it, which you shouldn't, it's great because you do have baggage check at both the Los Angeles station and Seattle. So either way that you're going, you'll be able to check your bag, which is great.
On the Amtrak Coast Starlight, there are 5 types of tickets you can purchase. And the first one is the coach class ticket. That is going to be the cheapest ticket, and it does provide you, as we said, access to the observation car. So not a bad way to go if you're just going a short distance. Maybe if you're just going to be on the train one day, not going all the way to Seattle, don't need to sleep, coach is definitely the way to go. The next class of ticket up is the Roomette, and the Roomette is for 2 people. This is going to be a superliner train. So the Roomette will not have a bathroom in your individual car. That bathroom will be, or in your individual cabin. That bathroom will be in the car down the hall, and the shower will also be in that same car in the lower level. These superliner cars that hold these Roomettes, they're 2-level cars, so you could be either on the top level or the bottom level. The next ticket class up is going to be the bedroom, and the bedroom is basically twice the size of a roomette. So if you want a little bit more space, this is going to be a good option for you. It still does have, though, upper and lower bunks or berths. So if that's something that's not something that you want, this isn't going to solve that problem. It's just going to get you more room, and it will get you a bathroom inside your cabin. Up from there, we have the family bedroom, and this is going to be larger, about twice the size of a roomette also. And it differs, though, from the bedroom in that the family bedroom has 2 berths on the top and 2 people can sleep on the bottom. So if you really wanted to get 2 people to sleep on the bottom, the family bedroom is really the only one you can do that in. The trade-off there is that you do not get a toilet or any bathroom facilities in your individual cabin. And then the other ticket class you can get is the accessible bedroom. This is going to be on the lower level of the Superliner car, and you will have accessible bathroom facilities in your cabin, so that is a great feature for that. There is a couple things to note about this. You might think that the family bedroom is the most expensive of these, and a lot of times on the Amtrak website, when you go look, it's actually cheaper than the bedroom. So depending on what you want to do, keep an eye out for that. We paid for our roomette on the Coast Starlight $426 for the whole way from Los Angeles to Seattle, but we did get that on the Amtrak buy one get one free sale, which is a sale they run once or twice a year, where basically you can get the price of a roomette for half price, or you get 2 people to go for the price of 1. So we have some information about that sale on our blog. We also have another video about that. We'll link in the description, because if you're gonna do a roomette or any type of sleeper accommodation, you really wanna look and see if you can get that buy one get one free sale.
All right, so just a few technical details about the Coast Starlight. This train route from Los Angeles to Seattle is about 1,377 miles, and it's going to take about 34 hours from one to the next. And the top speed or the average speed on this is about 40 miles an hour, and the top speed is about 79 miles an hour. And the difference in the speed is basically has to do with speed limits depending on the different cities that you're going through, and if you're passing freight trains and things like that. So then that's really the reason why they changed the speed in there. But that's kind of the technical details of the Coast Starlight. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit more about eating on the train. We talked earlier about the dining car and the cafe and who that was available to and where it was and all that kind of good stuff. Other things to note are that if you are in the sleeper car, your meals are included. Your meals and drinks are included with the price of your ticket. So that's a great perk to getting a sleeper car, is you don't have to spend any extra money on food and drinks and water and all that kind of good stuff. And they do have also, which a lot of people ask about, is if they have vegan options. And they do actually now have several options on the new flexible dining plan.
Yeah, and if you're in coach or sleeper car, you can bring food on the train also, but if you're in sleeper car, they are included, so you're going to be eating most of your meals that way. And one of my favorite meals in the dining room is the pasta and meatballs, and that's a really good one. I really like that. They've got a lot of them that really taste good. They've got the braised beef and red wine sauce. What are a couple of your favorites?
Actually, both of my favorites were vegan options, and it was the enchiladas, and those were really good. I was actually so surprised at how good it was. I was expecting it to be kind of bland. It was very tasty, and I also enjoyed the Asian noodles. Those were both really good. And we actually did a whole food review video, so we'll have the link for that in the description as well, so you can click right on that and go check out the full review of all the food that's available on the train.
Your meals also do come with a salad, they come with a roll, and they come with a dessert of some type.
Yes.
Too. So
yes.
Generally, you're going to get a brownie, which was either a chocolate brownie or a blondie brownie. But a couple times, they also offered us a cookie.
Yes. And they also have a sugar-free pudding option if you have to have sugar-free for any particular reason. They have that available as well. So they're it is really a full meal. So it isn't just you're just getting the one thing. You get that roll, like you said, the salad, the drink, a dessert. So you get a lot, and that's for both lunch and dinner.
The major stations that you'll visit on the Coast Starlight are Los Angeles, Emeryville, California, which is San Francisco, Sacramento, Portland, and Seattle. And you'll travel through 3 states, California, Oregon, and Washington.
All right, so the Coast Starlight, as we've mentioned, links 2 great cities of Los Angeles and Seattle, and you are going to have some amazing scenic views, as we've mentioned. You're also going to go through the Cascades Range. You're going to see Mount Shasta, and of course, as well as the show of being the star of the show to see the Pacific shoreline as you're riding up.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. 2 of the main things that I wanted to see on this train were Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, because they were something that we grew up hearing about. And yeah, we were actually around when Mount St. Helens erupted. So that was kind of fun to see. We'd never seen that before, and it's a great thing to see on the train if you have a clear day when you're driving through there. So that's just one of the highlights of the trip for me.
All right, guys. So the Los Angeles Union Station is actually a beautiful place, and you're going to want to get there a little bit early. We actually saw even a couple of tours going through as we were there. It opened in 1939, and it's such a cool place that it's actually the set for quite a few movies, including Blade Runner and Pearl Harbor, the Rise of the Dark Knight, and even Bugsby. So lots of Bugsy. So there's a lot of really cool movies that were filmed partially in Los Angeles Union Station. There is a huge, very nice Metropolitan Lounge there as well. This is a huge station, so you'll definitely not just want to arrive there early enough to look around, but also to find where you're supposed to go. The Metropolitan Station is upstairs, and it is staffed, and they do provide you with drinks and a few snacks while you're waiting there as well, right?
Yeah, it's a great place to wait. So one of the better Metropolitan Lounges in the country. There is also a car rental return or a car rental at Union Station, which we did utilize. Now, it is really hard to find. You will just drive to the station, ask some people. There's a guy, he'll have to lift a gate, you'll have to drive through that. You're going to have to just ask some people. Don't try to find it.
But you might have better luck finding the pot at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find that. But there is one there, and that's very convenient if you do want to use it.
Yeah.
On the other end of the Coast Starlight is the King Street Station in Seattle, and it is also a beautiful station. Not quite as big as the Los Angeles Union Station, but very beautiful inside. It's been all redone. There is no Metropolitan Lounge there, though. Right. So you are kind of on your own as far as food. There's no food in the station either, but there are some restaurants in the area. So we just had one of us go out and get some food, bring it back, and we ate it, right there in the lounge. There is a hotel steps outside of the King Street Station, and that is the Embassy Suites. And we have another whole video on that hotel and a link on the blog to give you an idea of what you're going to get into there and how much that costs and what that's like. But if you're staying the night there and you need to have an overnight in Seattle, definitely recommend that, because after a long trip, you can walk out the station. It's not connected, but it's about 50 feet away.
Literally right outside the door. It's the first thing you see when you walk out of the station. You're looking right at the hotel building.
Yeah, so that is definitely the best place to stay. And you do need to kind of figure out what you're going to do there, because you can get a taxi outside the King Street Station, but there is no rental car company at the station. So we just stayed at the hotel, and then the next day we had someone Uber us to our rental car, which was pretty close. So it's a little bit more challenging because there isn't a rental car, but that's the way that we did it, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, it did work out very well. And actually, inside the station, although there are no restaurants, they do have 2 vending machines, one with just some snacks and then one with drinks. So I guess if you're really in a pinch and you don't want to leave, you can get something real quick, or if you want to get something as a snack to bring on the train with you. But there's plenty of places right there in Pioneer Square where I just walked out and just went to a deli, and there were tons of options right there, so that was really great.
As far as planning a bigger trip or vacation, including the Coast Starlight, this is a great train to do that with because you're linking 2 major cities, Seattle and Los Angeles. So we actually did this. We did a 14-day trip around the country using the Coast Starlight to get from LA to Seattle, and then we did rent a car in Seattle for a couple of days. Took the Empire Builder from Seattle to Chicago, rented a car there for a few days and had some fun, and then took the California Zephyr back from Chicago to Emeryville, San Francisco. And we get a lot of questions on how much something like that cost us to do. We got them all on the buy one, get one free, so it was about $500 per leg of the trip, plus the car rentals and the hotel.
Right.
So not that bad. Now, you could also, if you want to do a complete round trip and not end up back in San Francisco, you could take the Southwest Chief from Chicago, and that will get you right back into Los Angeles for an actual complete round trip.
Right. There are other options as well. From Los Angeles, you could do San Joaquin's and head on down to Yosemite from there. So there's really just so many options, like you said, with the Coast Starlight of where you can link up. You can also do the Sunset Limited over to New Orleans. If you're riding from Seattle down to Los Angeles, hop on the Sunset Limited and go back. Or you could do the Texas Eagle and end up back up in Chicago as well. So really just a lot of options. You don't necessarily have to do a whole round trip like we did, but just, kind of to go from east to west if you want to do something like that. So there's a lot of really good options with the Coast Starlight. All right, guys, so a lot of people ask us if Amtrak is safe, and the quick answer is yes. The staff is always alert. They are always walking through the cars and always paying attention. We really haven't had any trouble at all, haven't had anything go missing, and if there ever is any trouble, literally the staff is on top of it instantly. We did see a couple of instances on different trains, and those were taken care of immediately, right? Yeah, so really nothing to be concerned with. Try to check your big bag if you can, if you're bringing a big bag with you, like if you're doing a big trip like we did all over the US. And we did do a whole video about Amtrak safety and what are some precautions and things like that that you can take. So we're going to add that as well to the links down in the description if you want to go directly to that video as well and hear a little bit more about safety on Amtrak.
There are 3 ways you can book your tickets, and the most convenient way is going to Amtrak.com, and you have all the options there. Book your tickets. Some people struggle with that website though, and that can be a challenge. So a lot of people have realized that their app is actually really good, and so if you download the app, you can book your tickets right on there. It's an easy way to do it, sometimes even easier than the website. And if neither of those is working for you, you can call them at 1-800-USA-RAIL. And the thing I would stress most about getting your tickets and booking your tickets is they have sales all the time. 2 for 1. 2 for 1 coach, 2 for 1 roomette. Those never run at the same time usually. Right. But if you wait, they'll pop up a sale on one or the other. And the best way to find out when they're going to do a sale is to go on Amtrak.com, sign up for the guest rewards number, and then they'll send you all the special promo emails. Yes. And whenever they do a sale, they will send you the details, and you'll be able to get half-price tickets, which really makes putting together a vacation, which is something you want to do with the Coast Starlight, very, very doable. So
yeah, it makes it very affordable overall when you're doing it. Whether they have the, like you said, whether they're doing the coach special or the sleeper car special. Either way, keep an eye out if you're on that list for the guest rewards. Whether you're using it a lot or not, if you're on the list, then you're one of the first people that's going to get that email. So that's really good too.
Where would you rank the Coast Starlight as far as favorite trips and most scenic in the whole Amtrak system.
It's definitely one of the top 3, I think, for me. One of the top 3 as far as the scenery, and we also had great staff on that one. So that was really a great experience as well, because that is a part of your overall experience, is having good attendant, good dining car attendant, all that kind of good stuff. And there were always great people around too, the other passengers to chat with in the observation car and things like that. So it was pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely top 3 for me. Also, the views are phenomenal, and it is a good one to start with if you've never done an Amtrak, because it is only one night overnight. Some of the others, the Empire Builder, the California Zephyr, the Texas Eagle, those are longer. They're 2 nights. So if you're not quite sure, not sure how you're going to handle it, this is a perfect one to start with.
Yes, and it was actually our first one.
Yeah, it was the first
over there.
First one in a roomette.
Yes, so in a roomette.
We got to figure out if we could handle that. So we did, and we loved it. And the Coast Starlight definitely recommended by us.
Yes.
So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel for more videos, more routes, and check out the blog. We have much more detailed information on everything over there.